Welcome back to the Jeremiah Show. My special guest today, Lila Forde, NBC's The Voice Season 24. The Voice follows the strongest vocalists from across the country and invites them to compete in this season's blockbuster vocal competition. Reba McEntire, John Legend, Gwen Stefani, and Niall Horan. Watch The Voice Mondays and Tuesdays, 8/7 Central on NBC and streaming next day on Peacock. Get the official Voice app too. All right, so welcome back, Lyla. Let's talk about The Voice.
Let's do it.
So you were playing, you started telling the story. Tell me how you found your way to The Voice, or how The Voice found you. Love this.
Yeah, so feels very serendipitous. I will tell you that. Auspicious, if you will. It was New Year's Day, 2023. So January 1st of this year. I was playing, it's like the busiest time of year for musicians, like January 2nd is when it all dies. But up until January 1st, I had just done my New Year's Eve gig last night or the night before, and I was doing my New Year's Day gig. It's at this mall, Century City Mall or the Westfield Mall in Century City, Los Angeles. It was a raining day. It was a rainy day, so we had to the normal place where we play is outside, but we had to come inside. So we were playing, and this woman starts filming me. Okay, whatever. She comes up to me afterwards. She says, really beautiful woman, like really professional looking woman. She says, I have an opportunity I think would be good for you. And like I was telling you before, there's been many times where people approach me with, I can really do something big for your career.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's men though. So the fact that she was a woman, she was young, I just had a good feeling about it. I was like, okay. She said, can I have your email? She emails me and she says, I'm whatever she was, I don't know. She was a casting producer at The Voice. I think you would be a really good fit for the show. Let's put a portfolio together for you. And I'm like, okay, what do I have to lose? She's like, do you have videos of you singing? I'm like, yeah. I sent her a bunch of stuff and kind of just forgot about it. And then 2 months later, I get a call. I'm like on my way to a gig with a friend in the car. I get a call and they're like, hey, are you somewhere like where you're sitting down? I was like, yeah. And they're like, you're gonna be a contestant on The Voice. And I was like, it was really bizarre because I had just gone into the studio and recorded my album that I did a Kickstarter where I raised $16,000 to produce this album because obviously I don't have a record deal or anything like that. So I had just gone into the studio and recorded this album, and it had been like the most meaningful experience of my life thus far. 3 days in the studio, recording with the best musicians in town, my own music. It was incredible. And this was like 3 days later that I got this call that's like, you're going to be on The Voice. And I was like, I had this moment where I was like, I think this is the beginning. This is the beginning of it. This is the beginning of not just my career playing gigs and making a living, but like Lila Forde's career. You know what I mean? It felt very meaningful that I had just recorded this album that I had raised all the funds for. And then a couple days later, I got a call saying I was going to be on this show. And how I got on the show was that somebody heard me at a gig. So it felt like everything was just lining up. And then a couple months later, I blind audition. Now that's out on TV, so you guys can all watch it.
Yeah, let's get it over 1 million today. I want to see
over 1 million
on YouTube. Yeah, so that's amazing. How often do you I'm curious, how often do you gig? How many nights a week are you out there?
Maybe like a lot. Maybe like five. I try not to do like more than that because it can get tiring on your voice and like loading in gear and the whole thing. But oftentimes like I'll double up. Like I'll have my brunch gig Saturday morning and then I'll have my Saturday night gig. Actually, I play up in Montecito a lot.
Okay.
Do you live in Santa Barbara? Yeah. So I play up like almost every Saturday night at the Rosewood Miramar.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I'll come see you. So you're there.
This is what I'll tell you. I play at the private club mostly, unfortunately. But sometimes they put me at the at the other spot, the Manor Bar, but they give me a hotel room, which is super nice. So one of my favorite gigs that I do up there.
Yeah, every Saturday night. That's like not
Yeah.
a bad spot. Yeah, Montecito and Santa Barbara. Everybody out there right now listening, go check Lyla out on Saturday nights, if you can get in the private club. That is.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question. Were you um at the Roosevelt Hotel last Friday night?
I was not. No.
Have you performed there?
I have, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Were you there?
Yeah, I was there. I went to Yoshiki's classical concert at the Dolby, and then the private party was afterwards over there at the what's the private room?
Yeah, that room. What is that room called?
I forget. Thomas room? I don't know.
I
Anyway,
wonder, I wonder who it was. I probably
yeah,
know
it looked
him.
like
It looked kind of like me.
yeah, it looked like you.
Uh,
So
wasn't me.
okay. I just wanted to
That's
check.
I've played
Uh,
there though many times, so it's funny. Wow.
yeah, great. Well, we'll see you up here on Saturday. Hopefully. Okay, so let's tell everybody who you chose. Well,
Okay.
everybody chose you, but you chose one.
Everybody chose me, but I had to go with John Legend. I just had to do it. He's a pianist, he's a musician. I feel like he our sounds are the most congruent. I feel like my sound is most congruent with him out of all the coaches. I think I would have been in safe hands with anybody. I really would have. But, Gwen Stefani probably would have taken me in a more like she would have focused on my sort of outward performance. She would have made me into like a superstar, rock star sort of girl. Then Niall kind of would have, I think, dived even more into my singer-songwriterness, which would have been great. And then Reba, there's always like there is even like a twinge of country you'll see as the show progresses. Like actually keep that out, but you'll see like anybody I went with, I would have been fine. They would have nurtured something different in me. Something that John said that had me. I had to choose him was he said that I could tell you were playing the piano before I turned around, and
Yes.
that was it. I was like, yep, that's the guy. I got to do it.
Well, hey, listen, I got to let you go. Apparently, you've got one interview after another. You're very in demand here.
And
So
man,
we're
yeah.
going to have to make this our final. Why don't you pitch final words to your fans about The Voice? And if you want to put out, you've got a new album that will be coming out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for listening, you guys. If you're new here, if you're new to this journey, thank you for being here. If you're old, if you've been here from the start, I appreciate you from the beginning. I really, really do. My name is Lila Forde. I'm here to stay. That's all I'll tell you. Doesn't matter what happens with the show, but I'm on the map now, and I'm really excited to kind of share my thing with the world. And I hope you follow this journey, and I hope you get something from my music beyond this show. So stay tuned, keep watching The Voice. It gets really crazy, and my album will be coming out in the new year, so stay posted for that. I do have the only single from the album that's out is called All I Expected. I have another EP on Spotify. I have everything. My name's Lila Forde, lilaforde.com. You can find everything you need to know about me. So thanks for listening, you guys. And thank you, Jeremiah, for having me.
Yes, my pleasure. And keep listening. And here is the new single, All I Expected by Lila Forde. Thank you, Lyla. Good luck.
Thank you.